Hi, Simone here. Welcome back to Plan A. This week I got an interesting comment and then a bunch of life reflected it. And the comment was from a woman named Jane who asked me in this holiday season especially, but just kind of in general, how to deal with difficult people and their unreasonable demands. That is a really great question for holidays. But I think that just is an extension of all year long. And there's an issue about boundaries that Jane is really asking about. Now, boundaries gets a bad rap because people always think either, depending on where they came from, how they were imprinted early on, they think of boundaries as a wall, something to keep people out, which isn't a healthy boundary. Or they think of it as, like, I have really low boundaries and I have a hard time keeping that working for me. And it's just kind of the other side of that same coin. So if you think of your boundaries more as something that you are putting around yourself, less of a moat at a castle than, because that's really a deterrent to get in for people to come in, right? You really want it to be more about solid, working, functioning doors and windows that you can open, you can choose to open and close at will and function variously at different levels for proper situation and the proper person, so appropriately. And I would just like you to think about that as much more of an energy exchange rather than a wall, right? There's something to be broken down or kept up. It's not about protecting yourself like that. If you can think of it more healthily as when somebody just wrongs you or they think they're being funny and they don't know when to quit. Well, you can let them know, and you can let them know in very easy terms. It doesn't need to be a conflict. I think that's another reason people have kind of a bad rap for boundaries. Every conversation is not a conflict, and if there is a conflict, then all the more reason that you should be really true to your boundaries, honor them, what works for you and doesn't work. The simple test is, does it feel good? Does it honor your values? Okay, so practice that. Think about that's your homework. Think about what works for you and doesn't work for you, and what you allow people to do to and with you, and what you allow to feel from other people's actions. It's that simple. It's about responsibility. Okay, be good. I'll talk to you next Friday.